Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MyGBC podcast. We are back sooner than you anticipated because we actually have an extra special episode today to let you know about Black Futures Month. So, if you haven't heard about Black Futures Month before, it happens every February and it aims to acknowledge the history of the Black community while celebrating the resilience and the excellence that the community has shown over time. So, today we are lucky enough to speak with Abisola, who is the Black Student Success Network Coordinator at George Brown College, and she's going to give us a little rundown of what's happening for Black Futures Month here at George Brown College this February. So, hi, I'm very excited to have this conversation. Welcome, Abisola. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming over here. And let's get started with the questions. So, we are now at the start of Black Futures Month. So, first off, how does Black Futures Month have an impact on students at George Brown College?
So one thing I always say is while we do have the month as Black students at George Brown College, and as a Black person just navigating through the world as well, every day is Black history for us, and every day is Black futures for us because we hold, you know, our colonial history, we hold the part of our identities every day where we don't get to
Mhm.
take off our Blackness. So it's something that we walk along with every day. For Black students at George Brown College, though, this is a very exciting time, I would say, as we're actually launching the first ever space for Black students at George Brown College. And I think this is also like a emotional thing and exciting thing at the same time because a lot of people have worked towards this for a very long time.
Mhm.
And we get to celebrate it with, our students. They get to have a space where they can hang out, where they can build community, where they can learn together, and where they can grow together. So I would say Black Futures Month for Black students this month does look quite different to
Mhm.
the other Black Futures Month that we've had in the last couple of years. But it still doesn't negate the fact that, as Black folks navigating through this colonial North American world, we still hold our history, we still hold our challenges that we face every day as a Black person. And yeah.
Sure, yeah. That's amazing. So you said that you're going to have a physical space. Where is that going to be exactly?
Yes, so we are launching our first ever space for Black students, and this is at St. James campus, room
Amazing.
B130. So it's close to the student life office as well. As soon as you walk into campus, you'll see it right
Hmm.
there. Yeah.
Amazing. And I would say also if you go to Waterfront campus, I always say it's actually pretty close. It's like 10, 15 minutes walking. So if
I
you go to
know it's
Waterfront
far in the
campus,
winter, but
yeah.
you can do it.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, depends on how much people are used to like walking. I personally like 10, 15 minutes for me is like I can do that. So I hope that there are students that are willing to do that as well and come visit your physical space at
Yes,
St. James
absolutely.
campus.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so that's amazing. That's different from every year that we have had Black Futures Month. So good news. Okay, so besides that, I know that every year when we have Black Futures Month, there's a lot of events happening, and especially you guys at BSSN do a lot. So can you
Yeah.
give us like a summary of the main programs happening this month?
Yeah, absolutely. So for us at BSSN, our programming, as I said earlier, is for Black students every month. For
Hmm.
Black Futures Month, though, we decided to center more about identity and community building. So a lot of the things that we're doing is just building our partnerships with different folks on campus, but also building community for our students so that they can know that the space belongs to them and this is their space. So we're doing our space launch, and then we're doing this external activity that I can't give all the details.
Ooh.
But I encourage students to join our newsletter, our Black students to join our newsletter so that they can get more information because this is a very, very fun activity.
Mhm.
It will be taking place at the rec room. So I encourage students to join this and send us an email for more information. One of the things that we are doing this month as well is we are doing a movie nights for our Black students in the BSSN room. And it's just for
Mhm.
a way for students to come, hang out, watch movies together centered around Black history and Black identities. And yeah, it's going to be a very good time. My student ambassadors are actually taking the lead on that. So I don't know if you folks know, at BSSN, we also hire some student ambassadors as well that
Mhm.
helps and support and running programming. So that would be happening Feb 20th. We are
Amazing.
launching a brand new program called our BSSN Wellness Tuesday. And one of the things that we realized with students in general and Black students in specific is it's very hard to be a student navigating through campus. And then on top of that,
Yeah.
as a Black student, so we launched this to basically promote mental health initiatives for our students, just to unwind, to connect with one another. And it's a different thing monthly. So for example, this month we're doing like a paint and totes day. So you basically
Oh.
come in and you're able to paint your own tote bag. And it's just a relaxing time period, just for students to just chill, vibe and build community. So this will be happening Feb 27th as well from 2 to 5 p.m.
Mhm.
And
Perfect.
as you folks know, we always have our tutoring with BSSN. So we have a very, very stellar partnership with the Tutoring and Learning Center, where we have a Black tutor on campus that can support our students. All you have to do is book an appointment with them through the TLC website. And we're so lucky that, our BSSN tutor also works with BSSN as a student ambassador. So they're able to build both connections on both ends.
It's
And we
amazing.
have our BSSN Talking Circle, which happens at the end of the month. And that will be happening Feb 29th. And this happens with our wonderful, wonderful counselor on campus, Hannah Adam. And this BSSN Talking Circle will be quite different. As I said earlier, it's focusing on Black identity and navigating through this George Brown College system as well, and just navigating as a Black person in Canada. So I'm super excited for this program to happen. It's from 12 to 1:30, and then after we have a drop-in from 1:30 to 4. So a lot of our programming is very community-based with a very huge focus on mental health as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Wow, that's a lot of programming that you have planned
Yeah,
through this,
I
which is
know.
amazing.
We're busy, busy, but this is all for our students just to have a wonderful and stellar time while building their community. And the goal for BSSN is for our students to excel. So we are
Mhm.
here to support you your very, very first day, beginning at George Brown College at orientation till the very end at graduation. Convocation, which I absolutely adore because it's such a beautiful time period to see those
Mhm.
successes of our students. Yeah.
For sure, yeah, absolutely. And for everyone that listened to Abisola talking about all of these stuff, I know it was a lot of information. So in case you think you might forget it, as you mentioned, you can always go ahead to their website, I think, like to George
We
Brown
have our
website.
George Brown website, but we're
Yeah.
very active on our social media at BSSN_GBC. And for folks as well, if you want to stay connected for our Black students, we encourage you folks to always, always sign up for our newsletter. This is
Mhm.
just a way for the students to stay connected. It's one about scholarships, upcoming events, initiatives, and activities that support their success. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So go ahead, follow their Instagram. We can put the handle of their Instagram in the show notes as well. And also make sure that you are subscribing to the newsletter. Okay, and so the question that I have is how can students take part? Like, do they have to register for anything or do they just like show up to the events?
So for events that are limited spots on a first come first serve basis, for example, like our rec room event or our movie night,
Mhm.
students do have to pre-register for them because we need to know numbers, obviously. But for things like our drop-in, our BSSN space opening, we encourage students just to come as they are and show up. For Talk and Circle as well, because it is such a intimate conversation with our mental health counselor here at the college. We do encourage students to register. But for example, if you're unable to register for our talking circle, you can obviously just drop in there as well.
Amazing. Okay, so easy process. Hopefully everybody that is planning to join gets to join as well. That's amazing. So yeah, that was all of my questions for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Black Futures Month is always a rich educational and inspiring time at George Brown College, and we are really looking forward to taking part again this year. I'm hoping that all the Black students get the opportunity of participating in everything that Abisola and her team have planned. So best of luck with all the events, Abisola, and
Oh, thank you.
yeah, and for all of our students, make sure to check out the Instagram handle that we put in the show notes, as well as subscribe to their newsletter to learn about all the details about the events. And until next time, stay warm and take care.